A Green Country man who works at the Tulsa Boys Home is behind bars tonight after detectives say he was caught with child pornography. It took detectives 1 day to arrest Matthew Whitaker after a tip from internet crimes against children. 2 News Oklahoma reporter Shay Smith spoke to a detective from the Child Predator Unit, and we want to warn you, some of the details may be disturbing.
The Tulsa County Sheriff's Office says they've arrested a man who works at the Tulsa Boys Home after finding more than 7,000 pictures and videos of child pornography on his cell phone. Detectives say it started when someone reported Matthew Whitaker's Twitter account on Monday. He was under arrest by Tuesday.
That's what sometimes makes these investigations a little bit easier, because it's a digital footprint. It's digital evidence. I mean, we've got IP addresses, and IP addresses are just as they're like a phone number or a thumbprint. I mean, they're exact.
Detective Jason Weiss says after they traced the flagged Twitter account to Whitaker, a simple Facebook search revealed he worked at the Tulsa Boys Home. Detective Weiss says Whitaker told investigators he was a residential youth caretaker.
If you're an alcoholic, where do you go? You go to the bar. So if you're into children and that predatory lifestyle, unfortunately, yes, they are really good at grooming a society or convincing people that they're harmless. It's not really until something like this happens you see the monster that was there.
Detective Weiss says as they questioned Whitaker, they executed a search warrant for his home and found his cell phone, computer, a hard drive, and sexual devices. He says they found thousands of photos and videos of young girls being sexually assaulted and forced to pose nude.
People that are really heavy into trading and downloading and viewing child pornography, they're really good at organizing and categorizing, and this individual, Mr. Whitaker, had it very well organized by names, by dates, by styles, by platforms.
Weiss believes what they found on Whitaker's cell phone is just the tip of the iceberg. He anticipates they'll find even more once they go through Whitaker's computer. He also says they are working with the Tulsa Boys Home during the investigation.
Obviously, he had interaction with kids, so that's definitely going to be one of our next steps in determining if he had any hands-on or if there's any images of the Boys Home kids on his devices.
Detective Weiss says he worked with the Tulsa County District Attorney's Office to get Whitaker's bond increased. Shay Smith, 2 News Oklahoma.
In the past hour, the Tulsa Boys Home executive director sent us a statement saying that he and his staff had no knowledge of criminal wrongdoing on the part of Mr. Whitaker at Tulsa Boys Home or anywhere else. He goes on to say, quote, "At Tulsa Boys Home, we do everything possible to thoroughly vet all of our staff and volunteer mentors and tutors before ever being allowed to interact directly with any of our boys or even work at Tulsa Boys Home in any capacity."